Going on right now on NDTV with Amitabh Kant, former NITI AAYOG chief, and of course was G20 Sherpa, responding to the GST cuts.
It's seen as a Diwali gift, and you spoke about the consumption, a lot of festive offers coming in there, and a relief for the consumers, particularly the middle class. So do you believe that this will be a big boom for the middle class? And also you mentioned about the tariffs. So is this also a move to balance that impact that India might have with the 50% tariffs and the penalties?
So both the timings are right. You needed to counter the tariffs in a big way. You need to simplify. It's a huge opportunity for India to reform itself. When you're confronted by a 50% tariff by a country which accounts for 26% of the global GDP, where you export almost 90 billion worth of goods, you need to take a vast number of measures, and internal reforms are critical to that. And I think the timing is perfect because it's around the festive season. So the common man will greatly benefit. It will spread the consumer boom. A lot of household items have now been exempted. There's been a huge amount of rationalization. And I think it'll push for both the consumption story as well as the manufacturing story in a big way.
You spoke about the consumption story, but are there any long-term impacts that you look at, particularly the GDP growth and inflation as a result of these reforms?
Well, for me, the important thing is that we need to accelerate the pace of growth of our economy. We've grown last year at 8.2, this quarter at 7.8%. But the challenge is that you're moving from a 4 trillion to a 30+ trillion economy by the time you become 147. This means that you need to grow at about 8.5 to 9% year after year, consecutively for 3 decades. So you need to carry out reforms in a range of other areas as well. This is a big move forward, I would say, but we also need to implement labor reforms. We need to bring down our interest rates by reduction of SLR rates. We need to implement the budget announcement of urban challenge. The municipal administration and the municipal governance is facing a lot of challenge.
Right.
And therefore, we need to do many, many more things. We need to accelerate the pace of reform. This is a big step forward, but many other announcements made in the budget were also very progressive, and we need to speedily take them forward so that we are able to accelerate the process of creation of jobs in the manufacturing sector and the urban sector, because long-term consumption story cannot be only through GST. It needs creation of good quality jobs, and good quality jobs will happen when we are able to give a thrust to manufacturing, and manufacturing will happen when we are able to reduce the cost of energy, when we are able to reduce the cost of logistics, and when we are able to reduce, ensure that our entrepreneurs are able to be globally competitive. And all this will require reforms on a day-to-day basis, on a constant basis over a long period of time.
Okay, so that was Amitabh Kant, the former NITI AAYOG chief, talking about the big picture and what GST is going to do for you.